Hey guys, I just wanted to pop in for a minute and just give a quick word. I was thinking about love, of course. Who else do I think about? But really, I was kind of thinking about one of the things that kind of keeps us and locks us out of experiencing love in relationships and even loving. We don't really even think about our professional relationships as love or love relationships. But the truth of the matter is that everybody that we come in contact with, we have the ability to have a love exchange. Whether it's just a simple kindness, whether it's just a glance of joy, whether it's just an assurance. Sometimes where I live, there's not a whole lot of black folks. So sometimes, when I come across another black person, I get super excited. But sometimes we just look at each other. There's just this look that we give each other like, yes. You know what I mean? Like, you're not alone. Even looks like that are looks of love, or acts of love even. And so I guess what was coming to mind was one of the things that locks us out of love or out of these love exchanges in our lives, which are so important, by the way. Like, it's so important to have love exchanges in your life. It's not only good for the soul, it's good for your heart. It's good. It marinates inside of you good things, because so much of what marinates inside of us is not good. We fill ourselves with the news that, come on, is all crap until the last 5 minutes when they want to show you puppy shows. Like, really? Some puppy is alive after 5 minutes of death and murder. Oh, thank you. It's terrible. It's ridiculous. Or like, I mean, come on, the shows we watch, really? Law and Order, Criminal Minds, like, all of this stuff is about murder, death. It's like how much ugliness, we put inside of ourselves without even really realizing it. You know what I mean? It doesn't even matter if you watch something that is supposed to be good. There's still so much of it that it just isn't. And we just fill ourselves up with this, and we wonder why we struggle with like anxiety. These love exchanges are so important because it reminds us that we're not alone. It reminds us that there is good in this world, and we need to remember that, because we can be overwhelmed by the bad so often. And so to keep these love exchanges going on in your life, one of the things that I was thinking that we have to really get rid of is our right to be right. Sometimes we do things just out of the desire to be right in a situation. And we confuse, I think, our right to be right with actual justice. Because a lot of times our right to be right, or our desire to be right in a situation, is really about pride. It's really about ego. We want to have the upper hand. We don't want to feel vulnerable in a situation. So we got to have the upper hand. So we got to do something to dig at that person, to cut them down so that we feel more powerful. So that we feel more right, because we are right? In a lot of situations where other people are wrong, we are actually right. But then we've got to cut them down. We take that rightness, we use it as a club, and we beat them over the head with it. As some sort of, you are just the worst person in the world because you're wrong. And that's just not true. They're not the worst person in the world. Yes, they are wrong. And no, they don't need you to beat them over the head with it. Sometimes when we surrender, and we surrender to humility, as it were. Humility is not, so not worthy. Humility is a choice to go low, even when you know somebody is wrong, so that they can be lifted. And what that does in relationships is it causes the other person, wrong or right, to feel valued, significant, important within the exchange. And sometimes that one little act, that one little thing is everything. And even though it costs you, because it will, what you gain from it, though, is so much more. It's so much more. To let yourself go low. To just kind of preserve the relationship, by going low, as opposed to dragging the person down and making them feel stupid like they should, right? Because I'm right and you're wrong and you should feel stupid. No, that doesn't help anything. That continues to perpetuate anxiety-provoking relationships. Because come on, what is that person going to do? They're going to come back at you. They're either going to come back at you, or the relationship is going to be broken. There's no integrity there. There's no grace there to keep the relationship going. And guess what, people? We were created for connection. And when we separate ourselves from connection through pride, we rob our own selves. So I just wanted to encourage you today. I just was really thinking about that as a truth that guides my life. And I know it's a truth that will definitely bless you, my sweet love junkies. So stay in love, and I'll see you in my next video. Love you.